This is the second part of a Functional Skills Level 2 practice paper from Highfield. In this part, you can use a calculator, and we'll have one by one together. Question 1. Calculate 13% of £255. Write the answer in the box below. So 13% is 13 out of £255. So 13 divided by 100, that gives us 0.13 times 255, and that gives us 33.15. So that is £33 and 15. The company asked its 230 employees if they'd like more flexible working hours. Of those asked, 198 said yes. What percentage of the employees said yes? Show your working and write your answer in the box below. So it's 198 that said yes out of 230. So we do the division. 198 divided by 230, that gives us 0.860865 and so on. As we need to write this as a percentage, we are gonna write 86.09. So you could just multiply this by 100 if you want. So it gives us 86 point. We've got 08 here, but the next digit on the right is a 6, so we're going to round it up to 9. So 86.09%. Show how you could check your answer to question 2. So we could do the reverse. So we'll go backwards, 0.8609 multiplied by 230. And it gives us 198.007. So checking now. That is very close to 198. So we've done the calculation correctly. Question 4. A taxi company uses the following formula to calculate the cost of its journey in pounds. So we've got the cost in C, and N represents the number of miles travelled. So C is equal to 0.5 lots of N at 5. Calculate the cost of a journey that is 25 miles. Show your working out and write the answer in the box below. So C is equal to 0.5 N plus 5. We've got to replace N with 25. So C is equal to 0.5 times 25 add 5. We do the multiplication first. We know that through BIDMAS. So 0.5 times 25 gives us 12.5. Add the 5. So that gives us 17.5. And that is cost in pounds. So we're going to write it as £17.50. we need to make sure we have the 0, so 2 digits after the decimal point when it comes to money. Question 5. Convert 5,000 grams into pounds. 1 kilogram is equal to 2.2 pounds. Show you're working out and write the answer in the box below. So we know that 1 kilogram is equal to 2.2 pounds. We've got to convert 5,000 grams. But before we actually convert that into pounds, I'd like to convert this into kilograms first. So we know that there are 1,000 grams in 1 kilogram, so this is 5 kilograms. And we'll find out in pounds. So to get from 1 kilogram to 5 kilograms, we've multiplied by 5, so we'll do the same on the other side. So that's 2.2 times 5. 5 times 2 is 10, so 0 down and 1 carried over. 5 times 2 is 10 again, and the other one is 11. 1 decimal place, and no decimal places in here, so this is 11.0, or just 11 pounds. Show how you could check your answer to question 5. Show you're working out in the box below. So we multiplied 2.2 by 5 to get 11. So I can reverse that. 11 divided by 5 to give us 2.2. And we also converted the grams by dividing by 1,000. So we're going to do 1,000 times 5 to give us 5,000 grams. And this shows that we've done the calculation correctly. Calculate the value of x, where x is equal to 15, add 84 squared divided by 3. So we've got these operations that we've got to decide which one to do first, and we've got BIDMAS or BODMAS to help us. We haven't got any brackets, but we've got indices, which is the power here. So this is what we need to do first. So I'm going to rewrite 15, add 84 squared. So that is 84 times 84. Using a calculator, we get 7,056. And we divide that by 3. Now, in between addition and division, we're going to pick division first. So we're going to do 15, add 7,056 divided by 3 gives us 2,352. So adding them together, we get 2,367. Now we've got to calculate 2 and 5/8, add 11/16. Give your answer as a mixed number. So a mixed number means that we'd have the whole number in front and then the fraction. So we've got 2 already from this. Now we're going to add 5/8 and 11/16. So as we add in them, we need to have a common denominator, so a denominator that is the same for both. And in this case, we can make them both 16. So to get from 8 to 16, we've multiplied by 2. We're going to do the same to the top number. So 5 times 2 gives us 10. As we haven't changed the 16, now we're not going to change the 11. So how many 16s altogether? 10 and 11, that is 21 16s. So 21 is bigger than 16. So we're going to make this into a mixed number. So how many 16s fit into 21? There is just one. So a whole number. And then if you take away 16 from the 21, we're left with 5. So this is the same as 1 and 5 16s, but we have a 2 already in here that we said before, so we're going to add that. So this becomes 3 and 5 16s all together. What is 36 out of 96 as a fraction? Simplify your answer. So 36 out of 96. Now we can see that we could divide them both by 6. So how many 6's fit into 36? That is 6 of them. What about into 96? There is 1 there, 3, so that is 16. Now we can still divide these by 2. So 6 divided by 2 gives us 3. 16 divided by 2 gives us 8, and we can't go any further. So 3/8 is the answer. You work for Highfield Builders. This table shows the number of different sized pipes that have been used at Highfield Builders in January. The pipes are grouped according to the size of their diameter. So we've got January, number of pipes used by group size, 35 to 39, 8 of them, 40 to 44, 10, 45 to 49, 13, 50 to 54, 3, 55 to 59, just 1. The manager thinks that the mean diameter of pipe used must be in the 45 to 49 centimeter group, as this is the group most used. Is the manager correct? Show your working out and write the answer in the box below. 45 to 49, that is the modal value, the modal group at the moment. We don't know whether it is the mean or not, so this is what we're going to work out. But to work out the mean in this case, we need to find the mid values. So between 35 and 39. So we've got 35, 36, 37, 38, and 39. What's the middle value? That is 37. So 37 there. Between 40 and 44, it's 42. Between 45 and 49 is 47. Between 50 and 54 is 52. Between 55 and 59 is 57. So we're going to multiply 37 times 8, 42 times 10, 47 times 13, 52 times 3, 57 times 1, and so on. So that is 1,540 in total. We're going to have to divide it by how many there are in total. So 8 and 10 and 13 and 3 and 1. So 1,540 divided by, that's 35. And that's equal to 44. The manager thought that the mean diameter of the pipe was in the 45 to 49 group, and this is 44. So the answer is no, they are not correct. So no, it's in the 40 to 44 group. You're working out how much it will cost to pay a team of builders to complete a new project. You know that 6 builders will work on the project. Each builder normally works 8 hours per day. Each builder is paid £12 per hour. The project will take 42 working days to complete. You agree to pay the 6 builders extra money over time to complete the project sooner. In 35 working days, overtime is paid at the rate of £18 per hour for each hour worked after the first 8 hours per day. How much more will it cost to pay the builders to complete the work in 35 working days rather than 42 working days? So let's work it out first for the 42 working days. We know that there are going to be 6 builders and they will work 8 hours per day, so 6 times 8, that is 48 hours per day. Each builder is paid £12 per hour, so 48 hours per day times 12 gives us £576 per day. And it will take 42 working days. So 576 times the 42 gives us £24,192. Now that is for 42 working days. Now let's compare it to 35 working days. The 6 builders will get extra money to get it complete. So 35, 42, so 42 take away 35 equals 7. So 7 days before it's due, it's going to finish. That means that the work of the 7 days will be paid as overtime in those 35 days. So 7 days, we said there were 48 hours per day. So 48 hours times 7, that is 336 hours in total. And that's going to be paid at £18, but we've taken that into account for the £12, so we only going to work out the difference, which is £6. So 336 times the £6 gives us £2,016. And the question was, how much more will it cost to pay the builders to complete the work in 35 working days? And that is £2,016 more. A customer has asked you to install a new heater in their living room. You have this floor plan. You need to work out the volume of the living room so that you can advise the customer which size of heater you need to install. There are 3 heaters to choose from, and we've got them here in the table. The height of the living room is 2.2 meters. 35.3 cubic feet equal 1 cubic meter. Which heater do you recommend for the customer's living room? So it depends on the volume of the room, as we said, and we've got the height. We need to know the other 2 dimensions, the length and the width, or the area. So there we are. So this is the key. We know that this length is equal to 1 meter. So the living room is this one here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 meters. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. So 5.5. So we're going to multiply these 2 and then take away this bit here, which is 1 meter by 1 meter, and then divided by 2. So 5.5 times 4 first, and that is 22. And the area of that corner, which was 1 times 1 divided by 2, so 1 divided by 2, which gives us 0.5. So 22 take away 0.5 gives us 21.5. So that's the area. We can multiply it by height now. So 21.5 we've got that in meters, and the height is 2.2 meters. So we're going to multiply this now by 2.2. That is 47.3 cubic meters. Now we need to convert this to cubic feet because that's how we're given the capacity. So we know that 35.3 cubic feet equal 1 cubic meter. So what about 47.3 cubic meters? So to get from 1 to 47.3, we multiply by 47.3. So we're going to do the same on the other side. So multiply by 47.3. So we can do that in the calculator, and it gives us 1,669.69 cubic feet. So that is in which of the groups it can't fit in this one, and it actually fits into the deluxe one. So we're going to write the answer here. Highfield Builders is planning to build some new apartments in Highfield town. The apartments will be ready to sell in 2025. Your manager has asked you to research the selling prices of apartments in Highfield town, and you find this information. We've got the selling prices in the year 2005 and then in 2015. What will be the mean selling price of an apartment in 2025 if the mean price rises by the same percentage as it did between 2005 and 2015? Show your working out and write the answer in the box below. So we'll work out the mean of each of these. We'll add all the 2005 prices together and then divide them by how many there are. And we'll repeat the process with 2015. So adding all of these together, we get 486,200. So dividing this by 8 gives us £60,775. Adding all of these together, we get £761,850. So we're going to divide that by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To get £126,975. So what is the increase? If we do 126,975, take away 60,775, we get 66,200. So that's the difference. So difference divided or out of the initial or the original average, which was 60,775, gives us 1.0893. So that is, this is rounded, and as a percentage that is 108.93%. So if I get this decimal and multiply it by the price in 2015, the average price, it should give us the increase from the 2015 price to the 2025. And this is £138,313 and 87 pence. So we're going to add that to this amount, which is the 2015 amount. And this gives us approximately 265,288 pounds and 87 pence, because we've rounded here at some point, but the answer should be absolutely fine. So something around this figure. So 265,288 pounds and 87 pence, but you could have a figure that is slightly lower or slightly above this, and it should all be fine. You volunteer to help at your local nursery. You are helping to create a new play area at the nursery. The play area needs to be a rectangle that has an area of 54 square meters. You need to have the following equipment in the play area, and you know that. The seesaw measures 2.4 meters by 0.5 meters. The climbing frame measures 2 meters by 3 meters. The sandpit measures 1.8 meters by 3 meters. Each piece of equipment needs at least 1 meter clearance from the edge of the playing space and other pieces of equipment. Draw the outline of the play area on the grid below. Draw and label the play equipment on the play area. There is a planning grid and a box for working on the next page. Draw your final answer on the grid below. So the total area is 54 square meters. So we could easily say 9 by 6 meters. We've got the scale given to us. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we'll do this as a rectangle. On paper you can just draw using a pencil and a ruler. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we'll add the other equipment inside. The seesaw 2.4 by 0.5. So there we are, 1, 2.4 by 0.5. So half of the length on this side. I'm going to make a copy of this and paste for the other piece of equipment. Let's have a look. Climbing frame 2 meters by 3 meters. So there's 2 meters and 1, 2, 3 meters. So 1.8 by 3. There is a length of 3, and then we have 1.8. So now we need to leave a gap of 1 meter between them. Yeah, at least 1 meter clearance. So I'm going to have to move some of these away. I'm going to put this one here. And there should now be at least 1 meter clearance. We're going to label these. This was for any planning that you might need to do before you do the final answer above. You've been asked to order the sandpit for the play area. A supplier has 3 suitable sandpits for sale. We've got blue, green, and red, different prices, and the total weight is given as well. The supplier uses this formula to calculate how much they would charge for delivering and setting up the sandpit. So C is equal to 1.2 times, in brackets, 0.45 M plus 0.8 W. So we've got C, it stands for the charge to the customer in pounds, M, total number of miles, W, the total weight of the item in kilograms. The distance to be travelled is 25 miles. The nursery's total budget for the sandpit, including delivery and setting up, is £70. Which sandpit would you choose? Show your working out and write the answer in the box on the opposite page. So we could try this 3 times because there are 3 different options. We've got these blue, green and red sandpits, and we've got to add the delivery and setting up for each respective type of sandpit. So let's do them for the blue one. The cost is going to be 1.2 times 0.45 M. That was the number of miles, so that's not going to be any different. It's 25 for all 3 of them. Add 0.8, and the weight for this one is 28. So we could work it out using a calculator. So this is 1.2 times 0.45 times 25 is 11.25. Add 0.8 times 28, which is 22.4. So 1.2 times 33.65, which is £40 and 38 pence. Add to this the cost, which is £25. So this is £65 and 38 pence. Now we'll repeat the process for green. And that is 1.2 times 0.545 times the 25 miles, add 0.8 times the 30. So 0.45 times 25 is equal to 11.25. to 5, add the 0.8 times 30, which is 24. So 1.2 times 35.25, that is £42.30. Add in the cost of the seesaw, which is £26, gives us £68.30. And finally, with the red one, C is equal to 1.2 times 0.45 times 25 plus 0.8 times 32. £25.6. And add into this the cost of the seesaw, which is £30. And this is going to give us £74.22. So looking at the price of all three of them, and also the budget of £70, this means that these two are affordable. Which one of them would you pick? You could pick the blue one because it's the cheapest, or you could pick the green one because it includes free cover. So whichever you say, it should be perfectly fine. I'll say green because it includes free cover. This is a table of the heights and shoe sizes of some of the children at the nursery. We've got the names, height, shoe size. Draw a scatter diagram to represent this data. So on one of the axes will represent the height and on the other one the shoe size. Looking at the figures, we've got height starting from around 80 up to 106. So we'll kind of try and represent numbers from 75 to 110 or 115. And in terms of shoe size, it starts from about 6 and goes up to 11. So let's represent the height on the x-axis. So starting with 75, as we said, going to 105. So 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105. We want them to spread out, so we need to leave a wider gap. So maybe 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 90. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we make 100 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 105. 6, 7, 8, 9. So 110. Having a look at how many squares this goes up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we'd have enough to fit 12 in. So start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and so on. I will zoom out a bit so hopefully we can see this a bit more clearly. So 98 the height and shoe size 11. So 98 that would be here, going up to shoe size 11. And then we get the next one, which is 104, shoe size 10. So 104 is here, going up to shoe size 10. So I'll repeat the process and plot all of the points. Holly 94, 9. So 94 going to shoe size 9. Eva 106, 11. 6 going up to 11. Samira 81, 6. Tom 85, 6. Miko 92, 9. Cameron 95, 10. Rakib 91, 9. And Joseph 89, 7. So we've finished plotting the points and we've drawn the scatter diagram. We've labeled the height, but should label this as shoe size. Now it is complete. Now the question is, what type of correlation does this graph show? As we can see, the higher the height, the higher the shoe size. So it's a positive correlation. What's the mode shoe size of the children? So the most common one, the number that repeats itself more than once or most of the time. So we've got 2 6s, We've got 1 7, we've got 3 9s, we've got 2 10s and 2 11s, so 3 9s. So 9 is the modal value, or the mode shoe size. And this is the end of the paper.